Hello, Edward Demakis, Fei Mong Wing Chun, Bothell, Washington. Today I'm going to go over one of the movements that I shared with you during last week's training session. It is called the Tan, T-A-N or T-A-N-N. Loosely described as welcoming block or palm facing up block. But before we begin, I just want to shout out to everybody. I hope you're all doing safe. And if you like what you see and hear and you want to keep practicing and learning, please subscribe to our channel. Anyway, getting to the Tan movement. This movement can be learned in all three of the Wing Chun open hand sets, Silum Tao, Chum Kyu, Bill Ji. Some schools have like separated free hand techniques, San Sik, San Sao, or San Da movements. You can find those movements there in your school. Know that these movements were extracted from the set and put into a more free form to get you to learn quicker. Our school definitely practices that. So in our school, you will see that we have some basic techniques, San Sik techniques, along with the three open hand sets. These practices, the structured practices I mentioned before, is where you learn to at least learn the movement, that body mechanics, getting the hands and feet to do what you need in the air, maybe in front of a mirror, maybe not, but just getting used to the movements until you go through that next step of training, which would be the touch drills, and where you're either in front of somebody and he or she may, hit, in which case you need to apply the Tan. We practice it either a Tan Sao movement or a Tan Dar movement. The difference between the two is the Tan Sao is utilizing a secondary hand or your Wu Sao hand. So your Tan, if you remember in our training session, it goes forward here, just like this. Now, in the set, you can find the movement straight, just like that, but just a little lower than shoulder width height, the shoulder height. So the profile looks like that. Or further down, elbow tucked in to the rib cage, with a slight angle up. So looking like this. Or even elbow push forward a little bit with a slight elbow pointing outwards and then hand pointing up, maybe fingers around nose level. So looks more like this. And now when I include the Wu Sao hand, it's about my elbow distance from my chest. So from front like this, the elbow bent, elbow straight, no bend in arm, same movement. Important thing to pay attention about the Wu Sao hand, don't let it sit on your chest. Should be kept away, about elbow distance away from your body. Those that do this, it's kind of a lazy man's Wu Sao hand. Don't do that, not good practice. Get used to having a hand out, like this, or like that, like this, or like that. Good news about this is the Tan, wherever position it is, they're all the same. Some people will argue, no, this is the correct Tan, that's the correct Tan. I'm gonna tell you, that's all mumbo jumbo, it's all the same. Your Tan needs to be useful in a sense where it's very liberal. It has a functionality of down here, all the way up here. Because you never know, and you'll find this out, when you are with a partner doing either touch drills or distancing drills, you'll find out that if you believe that this is the correct Tan always, it's not going to do much for you, depending on where that punch is coming from. If it's up here, it may not even cover your middle gate. If it's here, like this, it could cover both. So keep that in mind, right? That if you want to, for those that are Wing Chun guys out there that are trying to think this through, if you truly want to make the best of your Tan, it's understanding that the Tan is designed to float. Okay, so anyway, like this, like that, down here, like this. Also, on the Tan, if I were to ask you to block on the inside of a person, just imagine I'm the bad guy like this, my hands are like this, my Tan would come and protrude this way. Remember now, it's only covering one hand, in which case the Tan Da would be important to help prevent you from getting hit with the other hand. If it was, I say, apply your Tan on the outside, just imagine the person's hands a little tighter, and now you're covering them from the outside. Tan Sao, okay, Tan Da better. Always better to block and strike at the same time if you can. So, before I go, just really quick, remember going back to that drill, right, as we were practicing, and I'm utilizing a little bit of pivoting, right? So this takes some practice. I'm not asking you too much about the footwork, just get in the hands and recognizing that the movement looks just like this. And then later on, hopefully we'll get past this stay at home and 6 feet away, and I can go ahead and show you with a person executing like a roundhouse punch, a wild punch, just a swing, and show you how this works, or even on a bridge example. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. That was the Tan. Again, remember, if you like what you see, you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel. Edward Dumankis, Fei Mong Chun, signing out.